Our tears are our weapons, and our pleasure is our liberation. Hi, welcome back to the Connected Pleasure Podcast. I'm Kayla, your host, and today I'm starting a series of 6 episodes over this week and next week where I will be deep diving a little bit more into my one-on-one container because I'm officially opening 6 spots between October 6th and October 12th. You are able to schedule with me to be in an 8-week container over 3 months and really do a deep dive into your own pleasure. Now, everything in the world right now feels extremely heavy. Here in the US, we have had multiple different events over the last few weeks that have really shaken, I think, the collective consciousness in a way where grief is deeply felt, and also in ways where we are starting to feel the shift towards our collective power. And this is such an important time for us to really be thinking about how can we weave pleasure into the world as a whole, but also how can we weave pleasure back into our own lives, our personal experiences through the day to day as well. So, this podcast and my singing circle, I am leaning into the collective change. We are talking broadly about patriarchy and how it is shaping all of our lives and how we have built systems that are not helpful for us as human beings. They are basically anti human and not allowing us to be in a space where our bodies and our minds and our souls can thrive. And my one on one container is an offer specifically for rooting pleasure back into your own life, for building that pleasure back into your own personal experiences. And it focuses on sexual pleasure. We can definitely talk about if pleasure in general is just like completely elusive to you. We can definitely talk about that. But this is going to be specifically around sexual pleasure and your experience with that. And so we're kind of in the shadow, the last lingering shadow of the eclipse season. And the last eclipse, particularly, was one that was really calling us to shed the things that are no longer serving us in order to get to this next ability to live into our dreams or be in the new collective consciousness. And so, if you are specifically feeling like pleasure and sex and intimacy is something that you want to reclaim, or that the barriers that you have to sex and intimacy are something that is standing in the way of you achieving your goals and your dreams, I want you to stay tuned and think about if this container is right for you. This container is about reclaiming your pleasure. It's about remembering your power, and it's about coming home to your body. We go through all the different aspects that I have worked specifically with clients on over the last 8 years that I know are important things for women specifically to learn about for themselves, journeys that we go through to heal what needs to be healed. And through all of that understanding of your own personal journey that you have taken with sex, as well as the collective understanding of sex in our culture and how that has impacted you, and working to reclaim the pieces that you need to reclaim and also address the barriers that you have, get you to that place of liberation, get you to that place of feeling like pleasure is again for me. Pleasure is something that I have access to. And I firmly believe that if we individually are able to root ourselves back into pleasure, that it ripples out in the collective as well. That it's a both and, that we have to set the vision for what we want for the collective, but we also have to set the vision for what we want for ourselves. I am personally going through my own healing journey too. And so this is a really great time to root yourself in what do I need to heal? How do I find a space and a community and sacred space holder that can create the space for me to heal the things that I need to heal? And so many women have need to heal around sexual intimacy and sexual pleasure. We have been stripped of our ability to feel like pleasure is sacred and safe and part of who we are as human beings. And so I invite you to come along on this journey with me in the next few episodes and see if this might be something that is in your path and in your journey. So, if you are excited about this, I do have link down in the show notes where you can schedule your own consultation with me. It's a free 45-minute consultation where we will talk about if you are a good fit for this program. I have a sneaking hunch that anyone that schedules those is probably going to be a great fit, but it's just a way for you to also meet me, in a real as being online can be situation for me to really know a little bit more specifically about you and what you are going through, for me to talk a little bit more specifically about me, my background, and how I can really help you in this journey and how what you are going through fits with the model that I'm creating in this container. And then we can get you scheduled to or booked into this container if that is something that is on your journey. If you are more just like, I'm just interested and want to see where this goes, keep listening. I'm going to have these little mini episodes come out 3 this week and 3 next week. And so we will deep dive into a lot of different aspects of what I think is helpful for you to know to make that decision. And also, I will be throughout the open cart week, I will be sending out lots of emails that go along with the podcast episodes that I'm doing. So I really encourage you to sign up for my email list, which again is down below, my newsletter email list. And when you sign up for that, you also get your free Sacred Body workbook. And that would be a great starting place for you to start to look at what is my relationship to my body and how do I start to look at my body a little bit differently? Because a lot of women have a barrier to sex and intimacy when it comes to their body. So that is completely free, and you get that when you sign up for my newsletter. So thank you for listening to this. I will put those links down in the show notes, and I will see you tomorrow.